Getting rid of the Toyota Tacoma. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. You know, I've been getting a lot of questions on the channel. Am I getting rid of the Toyota Tacoma? Did I get rid of the Toyota Tacoma? You know, you guys are very observant out there. I mean, you can see there's a couple of other vehicles sitting here. They're not mine. I'm borrowing this one when I need to go somewhere, and the other one belongs to somebody else. As far as getting rid of the Toyota Tacoma, you know, if I was to get rid of the Toyota Tacoma, right now is definitely the time to do it. I think we're starting to cross over the peak of where used car prices are going to start dropping here soon. So I think if one is looking to get rid of their Tacoma, particularly the Tacoma, now is probably the time to do it. Am I going to do that? Well, it's kind of a two-part answer. Yes, I am going to get rid of the Toyota Tacoma. However, it's not going to be until the redesigned Toyota Tacoma is available. And honestly, and I think I mentioned maybe in another video, maybe it's an upcoming video, that's going to be a little ways down the road. I've decided that I'm not going to run out and jump on the brand new Tacoma right away. And if you want to know why, check out the other video. I went into that in detail. But nothing that I'm going to do right now. And that's the other part of the answer. No, I'm not getting rid of the Toyota Tacoma. I'm just not with it right now. You see, I'm on a bit of a trip. I think I've mentioned this in other videos as well. And I don't have the Toyota Tacoma with me at the moment. Now, that does not mean that I'm getting rid of it. I miss it greatly. You know, I love the Toyota Tacoma. I've had 7 of them, 6 of them, whatever it is. And I'm hooked. It's something that I'm never going to get rid of. And even if the redesign comes out and for some reason I don't like it, let's say Toyota ruins it. Let's say the 4-cylinder turbo that we all know is going to be in it is gutless. Just can't stand to drive it. And that could happen. You know, I've had other trucks in the past that I have gotten rid of because they were that way and I just couldn't stand driving them. I've also had cars like that. I had it was a Honda Civic, I can't even think right now of what it is. Not the R, but the other one. And it was gutless. It was a 6-speed, I believe. But you had to run the frickin' RPMs up so high to get any power out of it. I really didn't like driving it because I don't drive that way. You see, I'm more of an early shifter in a manual than I am one who runs it all the way to the red line, you know? So I couldn't stand that vehicle. I actually only had it about 2 or 3 months, I think, and then I traded it off. One of the dumbest purchases I think I've ever made. They're much better than that while Honda was still making them, by the way. They kind of got rid of that so high RPM requirement. Still took a lot, but they were much funner to drive in later years. Plus, they changed the body style. It was just better, in my opinion. I love the one that I have right now. You know, I love the design, the body style, of course, the modability of the Toyota Tacoma. Frankly, if I didn't have a Toyota Tacoma, I don't know what I'd do with myself. I love doing the mods and things to it. Everything from the mediocre or the simple, and I'm talking about debadging, adding decals, maybe some sill protectors, things like that, to things that are more complicated, like lighting. Going to be doing a bumper on that truck, probably front and back. Probably going to be some cutting involved there, and I would call that a little bit more involved than what I've done in the past. That will probably be the most involved mod that I've done to date once I get that done. Still trying to figure out which bumper I want for the truck, but I have it narrowed down pretty well. It's something that I'm going to have coming in as soon as I get back, which, by the way, is going to be very quick. Probably by the time this video airs, I'll already be back to Texas, so I'll already be making new videos and jumping into new mods. And as I mentioned, again, I don't know the timing of the video where I go into more depth about this, but there are going to be more in-depth mods. I've decided that since I am going to keep that truck for a year or two, if I can stand it, after the redesign comes out, that I am going to put more effort into changing more complicated things on it, if you will. I want to add some lighting to it. I mentioned the bumpers, all that kind of stuff. If you want to know more, again, check out that video. It's either already out or it will be coming out shortly. So what about the new one that's coming out? You know, I keep seeing pictures and things, and I love how people start guessing. I mean, I really do love it. It's interesting to me to check out everybody's take on what's going to happen. Of course, nobody really knows. Even the people that claim to have an inside scoop. I mean, could you imagine being an engineer for Toyota, making buku bucks? At least I hope they do. And then letting the cat out of the bag and losing your job over that? I can't imagine anybody's willing to take that risk. So it's just a bunch of armchair quarterbacks sitting in the background, taking stabs and guesses at what the new Toyota Tacoma is gonna be. And sometimes they come pretty darn close. There's a channel out there, I think, it's a former engineer, I believe, for Toyota. And the key there is former. So anything that he says is not gonna cost him his job because it doesn't work there anymore. Instead, he has a YouTube channel and he kind of philosophizes, I think that applies, to what he thinks is going to happen with the new Tacoma. And I think a lot of times he hits it pretty dead on. Can't remember the name of the channel right now, or I'd let you guys know. It's getting hot out here, by the way, too. I'm in a garage, and I'm in central Ohio at the moment, and it's probably, I don't know, low 80s or something. But I gotta say, it's a heck of a lot cooler here than it is where I'm from in South Texas, where it's probably pushing 100 degrees and very humid right now. So that's the scoop. That's what's going on. You know, am I getting rid of my Toyota Tacoma? Well, yeah, obviously, eventually I will. I mean, I need to continue to grow as a channel. I need to have new material, and I want new material. Again, I do this because I love doing it. It's not a job to me. And it's funny, you see some people where it is a job to them, you know, where they kind of seem to be really pushing it to get things out that they want to talk about. You know, for me, my philosophy in doing this is I talk about whatever I kind of think is going to be interesting, right? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. You know, I mean, I don't always hit the ball out of the park, probably fewer times than I do, because I do talk about things that I find interesting, and maybe sometimes it's just me, I'm not sure. And believe me, you guys let me know when that's the case. We're going to continue along that line because I do enjoy it so much, and I have a lot to say, which other people comment on as well. Boy, that guy is winded. Couldn't he just have told us where that button is? You know, I have a video out. It's one of my higher watched videos, and it's about the Jeep Cherokee. And it was where the fuel door release button is. I put a whole video out on it. It's, I don't know, greater than 7 minutes long or something like that. Because of course I talk about other things, and this is an entertainment channel. It's not an owner's manual. But I can tell you how many times I get comments about, oh, I wasted my time. He could have just told us right in the beginning where it was. And I'm like, they don't understand. That's kind of like putting out a movie and then telling everybody what the end of the movie is, and they don't even have to watch it. You see, I do earn a living doing this. So obviously, the more people I can get to watch and the longer they watch, the more I can afford to feed myself, that kind of thing. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd be curious to know. I got my flame suit on. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator, and Robmotive MT, all about mini trucks or compact trucks. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.